Mario, let me tell you something, dude. These fans are going AWOL, bro. Ever since these fans have gotten allowed back into the stadiums and arenas, they've been going AWOL, Mario. So let's talk about it, okay? There was two fan bannings in the NBA, Mario. Let's start off with the first one, all right? Because apparently a fan dumped popcorn on Russell Westbrook. He was walking into the tunnel after getting injured, and they dumped popcorn on him. He was pissed, dude. They were holding him back. He was screaming at him. He was hollering at them. It was a pretty ugly situation. I have a statement from the Philadelphia 76ers. They actually released a statement on this. They said, and I quote, "We apologize to Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards for being subjected to this type of unacceptable and disrespectful behavior. There is no place for it in our sport or arena." And the NBA also released a statement on this. They said, and I quote, "The return of more NBA fans to our arenas has brought great excitement and energy to the start of the playoffs, but it is critical that we all show respect for players, officials, and our fellow fans. An enhanced fan code of our conduct will be rigorously enforced in order to ensure safe and respectful environment for all involved." Now let's get to the other one, Mario, okay? So a fan spit on Trae Young. Of all things you could do to a player, you had to spit on him. You disgusting. All right, anyway. There's actually a video of this in the article, which, by the way, this one was written by Andrew Lopez, and the other one involving Russell Westbrook was written by ESPN. There's a video on it, so I won't link it, but it will be in the article if you want to go check it out. And the New York Knicks also released a statement on this as well. They said, and I quote, "We investigated the matter and determined that this patron, who is not a season ticket holder, did indeed spit on Trae Young, and for that reason, he is now banned from the Madison Square Garden indefinitely. We apologize to Trae Young and the entire Atlanta Hawks organization for this fan's behavior. This was completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated in our venue. We have turned the information over to appropriate authorities." And yeah, Mario, that's pretty much it. And it's worth mentioning that the fan that was banned from the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia has also been banned indefinitely. So I figured I'd mention that as well. And before I pass on to you, Mario, I'll mention it again. The first article involving Russell Westbrook was written by ESPN, and the second one involving Trae Young was written by Andrew Lopez. So I'll start off with you first, Mario. What do you think of these fans going AWOL, man? They're going crazy today.
Well, listen, if we're going back to like last year, obviously there were no fans in the arena, so I'll go back to like to 2019. I don't remember fans being this crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, there are a bunch of NBA fans, and obviously they end up chanting. They'll probably like end up yelling. But honestly, I don't remember. I can't remember the last time I see popcorn being thrown at an athlete, or an athlete even being spat on. You know,
Neither I do.
The last thing that I could recall was probably like the mouse in the palace.
Yeah, that was.
No, I'm not saying that don't happen. You know, obviously Russell Westbrook, he's been through many, many fan interactions throughout his career. You know, there was the one 4 years ago when the Philadelphia 76ers fan, it goes back to Philadelphia, of course. He ended up like flicking off Russell Westbrook, giving him the middle finger. You can go to the part where he was in Utah and he had the interaction with the Utah Jazz fan. And then the Utah Jazz fan ended up getting ejected from the arena. Then you can go to the one where there was the guy, I guess, film recording Russell Westbrook, and he smacked the phone out of his hand. So Russell Westbrook has had his fair shares of like interactions with fans, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. These fans, I'm gonna be real. They need to chill, and I'm glad that the NBA is taking action to this. As we read in the Russell Westbrook article, you know, they're going to enhance the fan code, which I think they should, because the fact that 2 incidents happened in the same night, that's just unacceptable. You know, now going to Trae Young, that is just the popcorn thing, like that is disrespectful. It really is. But I think one of the most disrespectful forms is when you get spat on. That right there is just no, like, both fans have no respect, but right there, that's something that's something that will get me to swing someone right there. And I'm not a big fan of violence, but I'm not gonna let nobody spit on me neither. You know, that's just unacceptable, and that's just disgusting. So I'm glad that the NBA is taking action. I hope that they can enhance this fan code, because Russell Westbrook's right. They got to protect these players. The players need to be protected, you know, and Russell Westbrook said, "Look, if this happened in the streets, you wouldn't dump popcorn on my head, because if you did, then a fight would probably most likely break out." So they need to do something to protect these players, because these players, again, they're just going to keep getting, okay, I don't know if they're going to keep getting abused or not, but they better fix this. They better fix this fan code so this don't happen again. It's just as simple as that. The previous playoffs, I don't think something nearly as bad as these 2 incidences happened. I don't think nearly anything as bad has happened. Obviously, you're gonna get the fans who trash talk the players, and the players will end up trash talking back at them. Obviously, there's you get those types of people. But places, let me tell you something, Nate. These fans who end up having these outbreaks, besides like Utah, I think Utah is one of the weirdest places that happen. If you look at it, Philadelphia, New York, sometimes getting outside of basketball, Boston. These are big sports places right there. Philadelphia, New York, Boston. These are some of the most popular cities in the country. And that's where this stuff happens. Big fan base ends up getting pissed, and then the people end up doing some stuff they end up regretting. That's where it usually happens. I'm not saying it's not going to happen in places like Utah or Memphis. I'm not saying it's going to happen in any places. It won't happen in any places like that. But I'm saying most of these incidences that happen, it happens in those types of places. Okay, the Malice and the Palace, Detroit. So when you look at it like that's what I noticed out of it. But look, regardless of where it happens, it is unacceptable. And I think if a fan like does something like whether it's dumping popcorn on a player, or whether it's spitting on a player, or whether it's like hateful remarks towards a player, I think they should be ejected from that game. We can look at it like we watch games, and obviously our team doesn't score and we're like F, and we're like get the effing ball, or we're like score this, or what I'm saying, we get mad at the TV. Don't get me wrong, we're all guilty to it. But the thing is, it shouldn't get to the point where you're dumping popcorn on a player or you're spitting on a player. And don't get me wrong, Trae Young has played the villain in this New York series. Obviously him and Madison Square Garden, they're like basically rivals right now. Trae Young is talking a lot of trash. The Knicks fans are giving it back at him, but spitting on him, that's just wrong. Okay, the biggest New York Knicks fan is Spike Lee. Spike Lee has had so many interactions with so many players throughout the almost 30 years he's been in that arena. Okay, whether it's Scottie Pippen, whether it's Trae Young, whether it's LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Reggie Miller, you name it, he's had those interactions with those guys. We don't see Spike Lee spitting on them. We don't see Spike Lee getting physical with them, because at the end of the day, it's something much bigger than sports. I get it. You want to see your team win. You might not be happy with a player. There's players that I don't like in certain sports. Like, for instance, I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm not a big Tom Wilson's fan. But if I'm at that arena or stadium, I'm not throwing popcorn or spitting on them or doing something physical to them. At the end of the day, we paid money to go watch the game. We didn't pay money to go throw popcorn and spit on people. And that popcorn is expensive, man. That's like $18. Like, that popcorn is pretty expensive. A large popcorn in the arena,
ridiculously expensive for no reason, guy.
Right, like you just wasted like that much money on so the fans really took the L here, but you just wasted your money on popcorn. Just go dump it on Russell Westbrook, and not only that, you're banned from the arena. Now obviously there's more. There's a couple more quotes I want to get to, Nate. One is from the president of Wells Fargo, and her name is, I'm gonna find it right here, Valerie Camilo. She said, and I quote, "This was classless, unacceptable behavior, and we're not going to tolerate it at Wells Fargo Center. We're proud to have the most passionate fans in the country and the best home court and home ice advantage around. But this type of behavior has no place in our arena." And yeah, I mean, like, again, these people, again, everybody who's speaking out about it is absolutely right. Because again, this should not be happening. You pay tickets to go see a sport to watch your team win or lose. You're gonna get mad, yes. You're gonna yell, yeah. You're gonna boo, of course. You're gonna make some chants or whatever, like toward your players and against the others. Yeah, but again, the one thing you shouldn't be doing is physically getting involved, whether it's dumping popcorn on them or whether it's spitting on them. That's just disrespectful. So with that being said, the best way to end this, Nate, is that I'm sorry that Trae Young or Russell Westbrook had to go through this type of unacceptable behavior. I wish them the best of luck in the playoffs, as well for the 76ers and the New York Knicks. Again, they weren't part of it. It was the fans who did this type of thing. So I wish them the best of luck as well. But yeah, like, look, if you're gonna go to a game, have fun at the game. Don't end up doing something stupid like throwing popcorn on somebody or spitting on somebody or getting into a physical altercation. Don't do stuff like that. Just you paid your hard-earned money to go watch a game. You sat in those seats, enjoy your popcorn, eat it, don't throw it. Eat your popcorn, keep your saliva in your mouth, okay? Cheer, boo, do all that types of things. But at the end of the day, you also got to realize before NBA players, these NBA players are human beings just like all of us. Okay, you wouldn't want that stuff happening to you, so don't do it to them. It's as simple as that. But with that being said, I wish Russell Westbrook and Trae Young the best of luck, and I'm sorry that this happened to them.
Right, absolutely. These fans need to relax. And we've been talking about fans from different fan bases a lot, very commonly, Mar. A lot more commonly in soccer with the racial remarks. There was a couple of them where they were raiding, they didn't raid it. They got onto the stadium, they broke into the stadium and started protesting and all of that. Now we got fans in MLB fighting each other in the stands. I know last night on Astros and Dodgers fans in Houston were fighting each other in the stands. These fans are going crazy, dude. Same thing happened in Colorado with a Rockies fan and a Padres fan. Dude just like came up and punched him right in the face for no reason. And then a White Sox and Cardinals fan guy, like they're all going crazy, dude. Like, they're all fighting each other. They're doing things to the players, and it's like ever since the fans have been allowed back in, these people are going nuts, dude. These people are absolutely AWire. It's insane, dude. And some people find it funny, others don't. I mean, you believe what you want to believe. I personally think that violence isn't the answer. I mean, that's just, I'm supposed to be going to a Red Sox game in a couple months. I sure as hell hope I don't see a fight happen in the stands. So, and whatever, but it will probably happen. Who knows? But I hope it doesn't, but you never know. But going back to before the fans were let out of the stands, there are a couple of times I can recall a couple of things, Mario. I remember back in 2015 when the Rangers and Blue Jays faced off in the playoffs, and they had that crazy ass seventh inning, and it got into a brawl. Fans were throwing food and stuff onto the field, and they had to get everybody off the field. I remember back when the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry was really hot back in the playoff time, back in 03 and 04. Yankees fans and in the old Yankee Stadium, they would throw stuff on the field. Some things would be like batteries, baseballs,
Right.
and they would throw them on the field.
Right. I'm talking about the NBA. I'm talking about just the NBA alone. I don't remember like fan interactions, like throwing popcorn, getting spit. I don't remember that stuff happening.
I don't remember that stuff either, but I do recall a lot of like fan interactions with like players and stuff like that. That's had them to have stuff like that happen. That's some fans are just crazy. They're just crazy built like that. But then you got Bills fans that throw objects that we won't mention on camera onto the field. Yeah, Bills fans. I do remember that. But anyway, yeah, Mario, these fans are going absolutely AY, and this is something that usually happens like every once in a while. But it's just happening one after another. Like, y'all need to chill, bro. Like, I know we're being let back into the arenas and whatnot, but they didn't let us back in the arena for us to do stuff like this. I mean, come on, man. Y'all need to chill. I mean, some people may find it funny. Again, you believe what you want to believe, but at the same time, I don't want to see players get disrespected either. Because like Mario said, if you were in that situation and that happened to you, you wouldn't be pretty happy about it either. So, treat the players with respect, whether you like them or dislike them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're just going to get punished, and that's just what's going to end up happening. So, with that being said, not really much else for me to talk about here. Best of luck to the teams involved. Best of luck to the teams in the playoffs that are involved. Best of luck to Russell Westbrook and Trae Young. As for you fans, just y'all can go crazy, y'all can get loud and stuff. That's fine. Just don't get too out to the point where you're pretty much abusing the players. Just go in there, have some fun, and try not to get in trouble.